welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Just in, Visa acquires RippleNet partner Currency Cloud for $950 million USD. Visa, the payment processing giant, has signed a definitive agreement to acquire cross-border remittance provider Currency Cloud. The deal, valued at £700 million or $950 million USD equivalent, inclusive of cash and retention incentives. Both the companies were already in a strategic partnership before the acquisition. So Currency Cloud is also a RippleNet partner, which means it uses Ripple-made remittance tools to facilitate cross-border transactions. So guys, again, the dam is about to overflow, bust out the seams, break wide open, and just flood like we've never seen before. It just keeps building and building and building the pressure. So it's coming soon, guys. But BlockFi, accused of selling securities by Alabama regulators. Alabama has issued a show cause order requiring BlockFi to explain and justify its interests accounts to the state. So the Bureau has said that BlockFi has been, at least in part, funding its lending operations and proprietary trading through the sale of unregistered securities in the form of cryptocurrency interest-earning accounts. And here again is where I think Ripple's XRP is going to earn its name, end quote, the standard. Because now, as we have seen the SEC go after Ripple unbelievably hardcore, imagine who else is going to be left standing when they get the same fair treatment. Now, here's a very interesting end to that discussion. Tether promises an audit in months as Paxos claims USDT is not a real stablecoin. So Tether's general counsel said a full audit is coming in months. And Honer responded to the question by saying, "We are working towards getting financial audits, which no one else in the stablecoin sector has done yet." And we know if you, go after Tether, Bitcoin will take a beating. So here's a very exciting, interesting thing. Iberpay trialed digital euro with blockchain tokens, account-based CBDC coexisting. So yesterday, the Spanish payment infrastructure company Iberpay published the findings of its central bank digital currency, the CBDC test, which were conducted in collaboration with 16 banks in Spain, including Santander, CaixaBank, BBVA, and ING, with the Bank of Spain acting as an observer. So Iberpay's proof of concept, named Smart Money, tested the different technical features of digital money as outlined in a European Central Bank report, the ECB. So this means that should the ECB decide to issue a digital euro, the Spanish financial sector will have already tested the suitability of certain features, and these include token-based and account-based models, the viability of offline payments, the potential limits on holdings and use of digital euros. And here's something that I wanted to point out. The Iberpay conducts trial of blockchain-based smart payments. Now, as you get into that discussion that we just had, and what is that going to reflect on? What that's going to reflect on is immediately right here. Now, Iberclear, the Central Securities Depository, recently participated in a POC for blockchain collateral pledges run by a Spanish stock exchange group, and the solution was based on Hyperledger Fabric and is now in production. And Iberclear plans to extend the solution to incorporate digital bank guarantees. Can you tell me what connects to Hyperledger Fabric? I don't think I need to say that. How about you just drop it in the comments below? We'll leave it right there. I think you should be very, very bullish and very, very exciting. Two great assets with two amazing futures lying ahead, and where a lot of other assets are peaking out, you know, as I would state, probably Bitcoin, Ethereum. These two are just getting started. Again, I'm going to believe that you guys already know what that is all about, what I'm talking when I mention Hyperledger Fabric. So let's see what you got for me in the description below, or I should say in the comments below. Oh, and another thing too, speaking of the description below, we shared a thing, and I probably should have just pulled it up, but where Elon Musk was basically stating what we've stated for a long time about the exchanges could be closed down, they could be hacked, they could be seized by governments, and if you do not own your keys, you do not own your crypto. And that's something we say here from time to time. If you don't own the keys, you don't own the crypto. And my favorite storage is the cold storage, for example, the Nano Ledger. And there's a link in the description below. Feel free to click that link if you're interested. I personally keep at least 90 to 95% of all of my assets on a ledger. And the best thing to do, if you're concerned with safety, put it on the ledger, put it in the bank vault. It's just that safe. And I believe, you know, there's a lot of security in the ledger, as it's not only just a wallet, but it's cold storage offline. So again, if that's something that you feel fits you, there's a link in there. It'll send you right to it where you can get it. The way I look at it, you know, when I first started getting invested, and I first, or I should say got my first, the little Nano Ledger, I think, you know, you're like, why is an extra $58 or whatever the price was? Because you start thinking, what can I get with $58 more for an investment? But then I started thinking, you know what? If these do take off, and when they take off, I should say, that $58 was very, very inexpensive to keep your potential generational wealth safe. And that's it, guys. I don't want to keep going too much on that, but I do believe if you don't hold your keys, you don't hold your crypto. But again, remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And as always, I want to leave you with a final thought before we go. If you want something that you've never had, then you've got to do something that you've never done. And I want to say thanks to Surfmeister, our VIP on Patreon. And again, thanks to everyone who's supporting us on Patreon. Patreon.com, Digital Assets Daily. You guys are amazing. And I want to say thanks to each and every one of you too, because this channel would not be here without you. If you hear my voice, that's who I'm talking to. Just you. You're amazing. You're wonderful. And guys, much love. We'll catch you in the next one.